Hey y'all, welcome to part 2 your Ancestor Passed on Loved One read for the week of April the 19th through the 25th, 2026. So y'all know this will be the messages, the read, y'all. So, like I tell y'all, if you're not in a good healing grieving process, but you kind of maybe, want open-minded to like your passed on loved one, getting a message from them, just click the purple dot, put the energy out there. And like I said, I don't really put descriptions in the titles because it's like multiple messages, and you literally would have to look at the reads to see if your passed on loved one comes through y'all. But y'all know, just because your passed on loved one is not here physically does not mean that they're not around you spiritually. So let's get into this. Y'all know your girl had a download a couple of weeks ago, so I added like quite a few more cards. So hopefully y'all get some more clearer message of clarity and comfort, you know what I'm saying, more accuracy. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me split it. I'll pull from. I'm hearing top to bottom, so I need to pull top to bottom instead of usually I think I do bottom to top, but I'm gonna pull top to bottom. Shuffle a little bit. All right, y'all. These turned over. Backwards. Okay, 8 more pulls, y'all. Then I'm start to reading the messages. Y'all know, I know this is a little different than the regular way I usually do it, but I'm gonna do it the way I'm led to do it. Wow, this really, what is this? Okay. 2. Somebody, the colors red, yellow, and indigo are significant. Favorite color, school color, funeral color, car color, home color, name. Someone starved to death. Pass on loved one, ancestor, female, Hispanic, Spanish, Mexican, Army soldier. Y'all know why I'm hearing somebody forgot to feed themselves? Oh, somebody passed on loved one was like, it's like they wasn't eating like they were supposed to. Like they might have said, oh, I ate, or yeah, something with the eating. Maybe they didn't have an appetite, or I don't know if they was forgetting to feed themselves. Maybe they didn't want to eat. Here, anorexia. So maybe, but I'm picking up an older energy. Maybe an older energy that maybe had issues with anorexia when they were younger. When they were older, they started having issues with not wanting to eat. Like saying, oh, I ate, and they really didn't eat. Two more pulls, y'all. Then we're gonna get into I'm gonna start reading them, y'all. Well, that's one. So one more. Ooh, baby, I'm gonna have to let this mud work. Put it out. Get me a little bit too relaxed. Pass on loved one, ancestor, wife or husband. Y'all keep in mind, this could be you, you know, us. It could be your passed on loved one, and it definitely could be the karmics, you know what I'm saying, energy, you know, popping up throughout this too, you know what I'm saying. Alright, I'm going to start with these last cards that I pulled. Someone was murdered by a nurse or doctor. So this could be like something with malpractice, or either somebody and somebody's family member is a nurse or doctor and it has something to do with their death. Message from passed on loved one. I have an unborn baby on the way. Take care of my gift. Thank you. So definitely when your passed on loved one passed, they had a baby on the way. This could be like masculine energy, you know. Place of death, passed on loved one. Prison, jail, while incarcerated or in a holding cell. Passed on loved one, baby, 3 to 6 months. It could have been a baby boy. SIDS, 7 months. So it could have been a baby boy that passed at 7 months. You know what I'm saying? He was in his 7th month of life, or 3 to 6 months from SIDS. His name is probably in the passed on loved one read that I just did, or in the name pool. Place of passing, passed on loved one, child's home. Parent live with a child or children. Elderly, illness. They live with you because they were elderly. They had an illness. They may have been injured, or your parent might have been relocating, or they might have been having financial issues, going through a divorce, separation, but they moved in with you. The child, a grown child. Passed on loved one passed at a family member's home. Passed on loved one message, smile. So your passed on loved one probably told you to smile a lot. This is probably something that y'all, you know, frequently said to each other. Passed on loved one, ancestor, boyfriend, girlfriend. Passed on loved one, passed in a SUV. It could have been black, gray, or silver, or definitely white. And either it could have been a white SUV. The name white could be significant, for sure. Passed on loved one, passed at a workplace or doing work. So this could have been like an explosion at a power plant. This could have been like if they were a pilot, you know, the plane pilot, the jet blew up, or if somebody like drove like 18-wheelers, they could have like had a crash, you know, while they were taking a load, you know, things like that. That's what, you know, workplace. Passed on loved one, ancestor, dishonorably charged. And the reasons that this passed on loved one could have been dishonorably charged is treason, murder, or desertion. Loss of, so with this honorable discharge, your passed on loved one, ancestor, this could be you or this could be a karmic. They had a loss of pay, their benefits, so they didn't get benefits from the army. They definitely got a conviction on their record from this. They cannot carry firearms, or you cannot carry firearms, or this karmic cannot carry firearms, and they could have lost retirement status from the army. So they couldn't be like, oh, I retired from the army. You know what I'm saying? Because they were dishonorably discharged. That's definitely for somebody, because y'all know, you know, your girl had to spend a little time on it. Okay. Your passed on loved one was definitely scared and nervous about their transition. It could have been a sudden rapid illness, terminal illness. It could have been cancer, AIDS, HIV, or organ failure. So they definitely were nervous. Young age, 23 to 30, at work, deployment, mining, oil field, air travel, plant. So I feel like somebody's passed on loved one with this air travel, and y'all not just picked up on it. Probably was deployed. They were between 23 and 30. That's how they passed, like at work deployment, but something with the army, y'all. Or it could be mining, oil field, or like a power plant. Well, I picked up on all that. So yeah, this card is significant for somebody for sure. Passed on loved one, ancestor, retired military honor roll. Honorable discharge. Passed on loved one, place of death, family members, home. Passed on loved one, niece. Passed on loved one, ancestor, lover, spouse, or a significant other. Passed over loved one, young adult, 18 to 25 years of age. Was our favorite niece. Someone was murdered by a woman. The color red is significant. Passed on loved one, favorite color, your favorite color, funeral color. And that's the second time the color red came out. So that can even be not only the color, but somebody's name, nickname could be red. Passed on loved one, passed away in a mental facility. I did not suffer. Passed on loved one, ancestor, was a corporal, army, or you could be corporal, army in the Marines, a team leader responsible for training, discipline, and personal appearance of their soldiers, combat leader. Oh, y'all, put this out. It's just, ooh, this is a little bit too much for me, y'all. Passed on loved one, ancestor, highest rank in modern active service, general. 4 stars, chief of staff of army, or the theaters of commanders. This is the highest rank that a service officer could, active modern service officer, get. 4 stars. Passed on loved one, message, please heal. Passed on loved one, ancestor, Mexican, Hispanic, male army soldier. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Passed on loved one, ancestor, general of the army, 5 stars, reserved for wartime leadership. Last held Omar Bradley, died in 1981. So 1981 could be significant to you or your passed on loved one. The name Omar or Bradley, you know, Bradley for sure. Senior officer, U.S. chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, World War II. Soldier, is or has been deployed in a war. Months, February and April are significant. The dates 12 and 8 are significant, or the numbers 12 and 8. 8/21. Arlington, Virginia. Names that could be significant are Kitty, Boogler, Mary, Elizabeth, Qual, John, Smith, Bradley, Herbert. The numbers 1934 and 1910 could be significant. So this could be like somebody's great-great-grandparent or something like that. And I'm getting like somebody's great-great-grandparent is like was like a general of the army. They receive 5 stars, and it's like you are in the army. You know what I'm saying? This is probably going to connect with somebody that's in the army now. Your passed on loved one is coming through, and they were a general of the army. So y'all, like I said, those names could be significant. Make sure you check out the part 1 name pool, and then the name pools for this week. Pass on loved one message. I am proud of you, your growth, and keep growing and healing. Pass on loved one passed away while on vacation or shortly after they came home from vacation. Passed on loved one place of passing was a nursing home. They passed in a nursing home. Passed over loved one message. Thank you for caring for my parents. Passed over loved one message. I see my altar. Thank you. Place of death of your passed on loved one died in home. Question to your passed on loved one: did you suffer life support, terminal illness, hospice care? Passed over loved one message. Ask for a sign and you will receive it. Passed over loved one baby, 3 to 6 months. SIDS, a girl, 7 months. So someone's baby could have been 3 to 6 months that passed from SIDS, or somebody's baby was 7 months on the dot and it was a girl baby. Y'all know the boy baby came out, so somebody could have had a set of twins that passed from SIDS in their 7 months. Okay, y'all. So y'all know at this time, I don't feel like I need to pull anything else. I'm going to go through the messages, and then I'll come back and read them to you as a collective, like message, And y'all keep in mind, if a message from another stack resonates with if anything in here resonates with you, it's for you. And then y'all know after I read them to you, I'm gonna pull a couple of more, maybe 8 more pulls, and then I'll clarify what's already on the board. I don't really feel like I'm gonna intuitively get anything else. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, when I get ready to clarify, it's gonna be something already out here. It's not gonna really be anything new. So it's just gonna give you a little bit more insight if this read is gonna if it's resonate with y'all. So I'm finna pause it, go through them and see, come back and read them to you as a message, and then clarify them, and that will be your passed on loved one ancestor read for the week of April the 19th to the 25th, 2026. So y'all give me a second. Alright, y'all, your girl back. So I got 8 stacks of messages. Keep in mind, if anything resonates out of another stack, it definitely is for you. That just let somebody else know that, kind of let them be able to connect and know that that's their passed over loved one also, y'all. Okay, y'all, so the first stack says passed on loved one passed away while on vacation or shortly after. Place of death, a passed on loved one died in the home. Passed over loved one ancestor, a lover, spouse, or a significant other. Passed over loved one place of death, family members' home. Place of passing of your passed on loved one child's home. Parent lived with the child or children because they were illness, they were injured, they maybe have been relocating, financial issues, or going through a divorce or separation. Passed over loved one niece, red. This could be her name, or this could be the passed on loved one's favorite color, your favorite color, or a funeral color. Passed over loved one young adult, 18 to 25 years of age. Passed on loved one passed in a SUV, black, gray, silver, or white. The name white could be significant. The color white. Passed over loved one message, smile. You might have said this to your passed on loved one. This might be a little thing y'all had between each other. Was our favorite niece. Or somebody just had a really pretty smile. Passed over loved one message. Thank you for caring for my parents. Somebody just keeps seeing their niece like with a smile on her face. Thank you for caring for my parents. Passed over loved one passed at work or workplace. So y'all know I said doing their work. That's how they passed. Passed over loved one ancestor. General of the Army 5 stars reserved for wartime leadership. Last held, Omar Bradley died in 1981. Senior officer, U.S. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, World War II, soldier deployed, is or has been in a war. So I feel like this is for someone that it like has actively been deployed in a war or is deployed now in a war. This should resonate with you from your like great grandparent or great great grandfather, something like that, or grandmother, you know what I'm saying. Months that are significant, February and April. Dates that are significant, 12 and 8, or the numbers 12 and 8, or 821. Arlington, Virginia. Names, Kitty Buckler, Mary Elizabeth Quall, John Smith Bradley, Hubbard, 1934 and 1910 could be significant. Passed over loved one ancestors, high ranking modern active service. This could be you. General 4 stars, Chief of Staff of Army of Theaters Commanders. This is the highest you can get. So somebody like come from a lineage of like definitely serving in the army for sure. Your past or loved one was was most definitely scared and nervous about their transition. Sudden rapid illness, terminal illness that could have been diagnosed with cancer, HIV, AIDS, or organ failure. Probably most likely cancer or the organ failure, y'all. Pass on loved one ancestor, corporal, Army, Marines, combat leader, team leader, responsible for training, discipline, and personal appearance of their soldiers. This could also be you too, like I said, or pass on loved one. Pass over loved one ancestor, retired military honorable. Pass over loved one passed at a family member's home. So I don't think like this honorable passed on loved one like this retired military. I think he probably like stayed in home and had like in home care. Either he stayed with a family member like a child or like the spouse. You know what I'm saying? He died in home. Passed over loved one ancestor, Mexican or somebody like up into their past and like maybe a day or two they were in home care. Passed over loved one ancestor, a Mexican Hispanic male Army soldier. Young, age 23 to 30, at work, deployment, mining, oil field, air travel, or plant. Pass over loved one message, I'm proud of your growth, keep growing and healing. So I feel like not only do this resonate with this, but it resonates with this family that has like army lineage. Like your grandparent is proud of you. Message from passed over loved one. Somebody literally is like, I'm gonna do like my grandfather. Like I'm gonna be the next one that gets 5 stars or 4 stars. You know what I'm saying, like that. Message from passed over loved one. I have an unborn baby on the way. Take care of my gift. Thank you. Passed over loved one ancestor, boyfriend, girlfriend. Passed over loved one place of death, prison, jail, while incarcerated, holding cell. Oh man, this something I just picked up, y'all. Somebody boyfriend that goes to jail, it's like he gonna pass before he sees his unborn baby. Like he's gonna pass while he incarcerated. Or you could flip this, like maybe a feminine energy goes to jail and she could have a miscarriage, something like that. Passed over loved one ancestor, dishonorable discharge. The reasons for it was treason, murder, or desertion. So with that comes loss of pay of benefits. They definitely had a conviction on their record. They couldn't carry firearms. They lost their retirement status, so they couldn't be like, oh, I retired from the military, because it was dishonorable. They were dishonorable discharged. Passed over loved one passed away in a mental facility. Passed over loved one passed in a nursing home. So whoever this is could have went like from a nursing home to a mental facility, or a mental facility into a nursing home, and then they passed. Pass over loved one message, ask for a sign and you will receive it. Question to your passed on loved one, did you suffer? Your passed on loved one just in general could have been on life support, had a terminal illness or hospice care. Also y'all, but it says I did not suffer. Passed on loved one message, please heal. Passed on loved one message, I see my altar, thank you. Passed over loved one baby, 3 to 6 months, that passed from SIDS. Could have been a baby boy, or he could have been 7 months, like in his 7 months. Passed over loved one baby, 3 to 6 months from SIDS, and this is a girl baby. Or if she wasn't 3 to 6 months, she was like in her 7th month of life, and she passed from SIDS. And y'all know I said this could have been somebody that had twins. If it wasn't twins, this could have happened like in one family, like one baby died around, like 2 different babies died like at the same month, but different parents, but in the same family. Someone was murdered by a woman. Someone was murdered by a nurse or doctor. And y'all know I told y'all, if this ain't like a nurse doctor at the hospital, malpractice type thing going on, like a woman doctor, this could literally be somebody's family member that is a woman that is a nurse or doctor, and she played a hand in someone's passing. All right, y'all. So all I'm gonna do, if any of this resonated, stay tuned. I'm going to pull y'all 8 more pulls, and all it's going to do is clarify what's out here. If none of this resonated with you, just like I said, hit the purple dot, come back, check in, the messages, the reads, and you should, if you put the energy out there, you should be able to receive, messages of light and love from your past on love. I don't do no dark shit, so, you know what I'm saying? As long as your past on love one was of light and love, we should, you should be able to receive a message. Yeah, so we're gonna clarify, and then we're gonna that'll be it, y'all. So I'm gonna pull your 8 pulls to clarify what's out here, just to give you a little bit more insights for you to like, for sure, like, okay, I get it, that like I said, just because your past on loved one is not around you in the physical does not mean they're not around you in the spiritual, right? So 3. I think I'm supposed to take that. Is that 3? 4. 5. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Pass over loved one baby, 3 to 6 months SIDS. This is like all the SIDS cards. Somebody baby definitely passed the SIDS, so your baby's name is in this reading. Either it's in this passed on loved one reading or the name pool. I'm gonna just pull 2 more. I just lost count, and then we gonna clarify, and that's it. But yeah, this SIDS is very significant to someone. All right. Passed over loved one died while on deployment. For sure, that did come out in the read. So your passed on loved one definitely died while on deployment. Y'all keep in mind, I'm channeling both. So this could be in the present, or this could, be in the past. Passed on loved one ancestor, sergeant, lieutenant in the army. This could be like for you or your passed on loved one. Passed over loved one baby, 3 to 6 months SIDS. That's what your baby died from, passed from. Check out the names, y'all. Passed over loved one, ancestor. George Washington, Army soldier. Months February and December. The dates the 22nd and the 14th. Virginia is very significant. And y'all, Virginia came out in the state, right? In the part 1, and then Virginia wasn't some. So Virginia is very significant. 67 years old is significant, or 76. Or the number, let's see, 13 could be significant. That could be the number of years somebody served or something like that. Names Mary, Ball, Augustine, Lawrence, John, Mildred, Adam or Adams is significant. Somebody doesn't have any biological children. It could be you or it could be your passed on loved one. May not live where they work. Out of town job, out of town state job, career. May have porcelain veneers or gold teeth. May be a high school dropout or may have not attended college. Straight from high school to the military. Well known through work career. So this could be you or your passed on loved one. Anything on this card that could resonate with you or your passed on loved one. Passed over ancestor, highest rank in the U.S. Army, General of Army, 6-star, nothing higher. So somebody's name could be John J. Perkins, George Washington is significant. The names together or separate. Ulysses S. Grant. New York City, 1882, 1924 is significant. Something about a lawmaker. Farmers of the Constitution. Somebody could be an educator, a teacher, or a professor. This could be you collector, or this could be your passed on loved one. Somebody's nickname could have been Blackjack or Blackjack, or they like to play on them tables. They like to play blackjack. The number's 1901. Or is this 1907? 1916 is significant. The month September and July are significant. The dates the 13th and the 15th are the numbers 13 and 15 are significant. Somebody definitely used to go to the casino. They played on the table. They were definitely a gambler. This could be you or your passed on loved one. The name John J. Helen Francis Warren Michelin Resco, I think. 6 years of service. The number 42 or 24 years old could be significant. General of the Army, y'all. And that could go back to with the family that has the lineage of people being in the Army. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a long lineage of like being in the Army, up to like 5-6 generations of being in the Army. You and your passed over loved one were on bad terms, had not talked to them in a while, distant relationship, ex family member or sibling. So this could have been an ex of yours, a family member of yours, or sibling. You know. You are my angel. Oh, I didn't show y'all. You are my angel. So that can kind of resonate with the babies that passed from SIDS. Past either that's resonating to me. I'm feeling it from the babies that passed from SIDS or this military family. Past if somebody with this military family, y'all, somebody pregnant, somebody finna have a baby, just had a baby within, I'm hearing 2 weeks, a month. So somebody probably finna go in a month, or somebody just had a baby 2 weeks, but it's something about 2 weeks in a month. Or maybe the baby's a month and a half, something like that. Passed on loved one, somebody passed on loved one, like passed, and it's something about a month and 2 weeks. I don't know if they passed and then 2 weeks later a baby was born, or something significant about a month and 2 weeks, or put it where it belongs. Pass on loved one, pass in a car, blue, red, black, or yellow. Passed over loved one ancestor, brown auburn hair, brown hazel eyes. You were with your passed on loved one when they passed. Alright, y'all, so that is your passed on loved one read. Hopefully y'all got some good, clear affirmation of clarification and comfort from your passed on loved one. So, you know, that is the last read of this week. So your girl definitely is going to get into the new energy of the next week. So, thank you to everybody that hit the purple dot that's tuning in. And hopefully y'all get some clear accurate messages about just life in general. So you can be living your best life and not going back and forth with nobody. But anyway, y'all, until next time, have a great evening. Bye.